Hi everyone, welcome here. My name is Oceana. I am going to be talking about my Goodreads TBR in this video, and it's kind of like pairing well with my video that I put about all of the books on my physical TBR. So I'm just kind of giving an overview of all of the book that all of the books on my radar right now. My TBR is always changing, so this is just what I'm looking at right now. I use my Goodreads TBR to track the books that are on my physical TBR, but then the other books that I'm either getting from the library or that I want to remember are like new releases. But not every single book that I'm interested in I put on Goodreads. I have really also like curated my Goodreads list so that it's smaller. I used to have hundreds of books on my want to read shelf, but now I have, I think, like under 50 or something. We'll look at it. But yeah, I just really like having a smaller collection to pick from. And then as I discover new books, I'll add them. But then it's just like less overwhelming for me. So that's my philosophy on that. Once again, if you have hundreds of books on your want to read list on Goodreads, that is totally okay. I am just doing this for myself, that I like having a smaller collection now. That is kind of the direction that I'm taking in my reading and book life, and it feels really good for me. So that's all I want to say. Okay, so I'm going to try to make room for this, but I'm going to put my screen recording on the screen. We're going to do a little double duty here. Okay, so here's my Goodreads, you guys. And if you want to follow me on Goodreads, I always have it linked down below. Feel free to friend me, add me, whatever, and you can see all of my reviews. Ugh, what happened? Goodreads also crashes sometimes, so that is a thing to know. Okay, my books. Here we go. Want to read. Let's just get into it. So this is just in order of when I added them to Goodreads, I think. Or no, oh, it's in order of author right now. Okay, we'll just do it in author, whatever. Okay, interesting. The Rule Book by Sarah Adams. So this is her new release that's coming out this year. It is a sequel to the cheat sheet. I gave the cheat sheet 5 stars. I loved it. It is a closed door romance, which I really appreciate. The rule book, yeah, it's fine. So the rule book, she has said, is going to have some open door chapters, but she's making it so that it's a chapter you could skip if you don't want to read it, watch it, whatever. I am going to check it out, and I'm probably going to skip those chapters. We'll see, but I'm not ready to like break up with her yet. I still want to see like what she is writing. I want to see the direction she takes it, and then I will make my decision. So anyways, there you go. Then we have The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Very curious about this. When I first heard about it, I guess back in 2020, I was not in a young adult era. I was not interested in reading young adult, so I kind of ignored it. But it is like it's very popular, and it's kind of still an ongoing series. I think the Brothers Hawthorne just came out, so I am curious about it now because I actually have been dabbling in young adult again, and I've been really enjoying that. So I would like to try The Inheritance Games this year, and I plan to get it from the library. And then same with The Naturals. So The Naturals came out before The Inheritance Games. The Naturals was popular when I was in high school, I think, or like just out of university. I never tried it, but I think I'll actually like it now. I've heard that it's like a Criminal Minds with like kids with powers, and that just sounds fun to me. And if there's romance in it, I will like it. So, okay, and then we have The Betrothed by Kiara Cass. I decided that I want to read every book Kiara Cass has written. She just fascinates me as an author. She wrote the Selection trilogy series that I loved. I loved the first 3 books. And I also really enjoyed 1,000 Heartbeats by her. And this is a little duology that she put out. I haven't heard like amazing things about it, but still I want to give her some love and try this book out. So that is on the plan. The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. This book is her new release for 2024. For sure want to read it. I'm reading everything Catherine Center writes until she takes her content in a direction I don't like. But so far, it is really good. And then Falling for Your Enemy by Emma St. Clair. This is the last book in the Love Clichés series. I'm currently reading the Falling for Your Best Friend book, which hopefully I'm done it by the time you see this video. But yes, this is the last book in that series. I've been really enjoying it, so I'll for sure read it. There's Fragile Designs by Colleen Coble. I should be currently reading it by the time you see this video. I have it on audiobook. It's a new release that came out in January, so I want to give it a go. We'll see. Maybe Colleen Coble is taking her writing and her books in a direction that will work for me, so we'll see about that. And then The First Taste by Anna Conwell. You guys have seen this. It's a physical book on my TBR. Season to Love, same. It's on my physical TBR. The Huntress of Thornbeck Forest, also on my physical TBR. We'll see. Targeted on my physical TBR. And then You Belong With Me by Terry Ferris. This is a Christian romance book that I want to try. I've never tried anything about this author, and I haven't heard that many things about these books. I think it's a trilogy, and my library has all of them, so I'll definitely try them through the library, and then if I like them, I'll buy them. But yeah, this is definitely one that I want to try. I think it's on my 2024 TBR, so I'll definitely get to it. And then here's all the Rachel Fordham books: A Lady in Attendance, The Hope of Azure Springs, Yours Truly Thomas, and then her new release, Beyond Ivy Walls. I don't know why the cover is not showing up because it's so beautiful, and I checked and it's the only edition on Goodreads and there's no cover for it. So rude. I want to see the cover because it's so beautiful, but anyway. Okay, and then we have Caraval by Stephanie Garber. So Stephanie Garber is another one. Like, when Caraval was coming out, I just was not interested. Like, circus, fantasy, no interest. I do not care about that. So I was like, no. But then the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, trilogy, is like so popular and it sounds like a great romance. So now I'm like, well, should I start with Caraval or should I start with Once Upon a Broken Heart? I don't know. I do want to try both of them though. So that is in the plans. I think I will try both of them this year. And let me know though, like, should I read Caraval or like, will it be really boring? I don't know. And then Once Upon a Broken Heart, like, I think I'll like it because it sounds like it's really good romance, but we'll see. It's like kind of fairy tale, I think. I don't know. Okay, and then we've got Southern Snow by B.R. Goodwin. So this is a, I think, indie Christian author. She reached out to me and asked if I would read her book. So I said yes, and so I will read it eventually. But she writes like clean, I don't know if it's Christian, but like, yeah, clean romance. So definitely want to give it a try and see how I like it. And then Shattered Rose by Tamiel Gray. Very excited about that. We have Secrets, Fireworks, and Her Billionaire Boyfriend. So by Chelsea Hale. So this, I think, I don't know if it's a sequel, but it's within the same world as, what was it called? The Undercover Billionaire that I read last year. This is like on Kindle Unlimited, and I really liked her writing. I liked her storytelling, and this book, I think it follows a character that I really am curious about. So I put it on Goodreads so I don't forget, but I don't have Kindle Unlimited right now, so I have no way of reading it. I may take it off eventually, but I just don't want to forget that I want to read it. Then we have Ready to Protect by Valerie Hansen. I'm hearing good things from Amanda that she likes it, that it's like a fun time. So I definitely want to try it. I have it as an audiobook, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. Then Sally Hepworth. So The Mother-in-Law is the next Sally Hepworth that I want to try. And then Darling Girls is her new release coming out this year. So I probably will read both of them this year. I'll hope to anyways. Okay, and then here's another popular young adult. So because of like Powerless, I am like, ooh, young adult. Good times. I think I want to try some popular young adult now. So I have a Good Girl's Guide to Murder. That's a bit of a tongue twister. I don't know if I'll like it. I'm gonna give it a try. I don't know what the content is like, but it's also fairly popular, and I think there's a TV series being made out of it. So, I mean, I probably won't watch it, but I want to try the book. So let me know if you've read the book. What is it like? And then there's Forging Silver into Stars. This is a like sequel, kind of start to a new series in the Curse Breakers world by Bridget Kimmerer. So I definitely want to read it. I have it from the library, so I'll read it eventually. And then here's the next two books in the Defy the Night trilogy. So Defend the Dawn, I still need to read that. And then Destroy the Night comes out. Oh, Destroy the Day, not the night. Destroy the Day. It comes out this month, I think. Okay. And then Love in Tandem by Becca Kinzer. So excited about this. This is a new release as well. For sure we'll be reading it. I can't wait. I really hope it's good. The Sisters of Seaview by Julie Klassen. So this book, I have a very scary feeling that I'm not going to like it, but I have it on NetGalley, so I have to read it eventually because I need to get it off NetGalley and give a review. So I'll read it eventually, but it's so big and I've heard that it's just really slow. So I'm like, I'm afraid to start it. So that's going to be a long time away, but it's here anyways. Okay, and then Under the Magnolias by T.I. Lowe, that is on my physical TBR. Sky Hunter by Marie Lu. This book, I want to buddy read it with Katie, so hopefully we're going to do that in February actually. And this is like a sci-fi series by Marie Lu. I have loved some of her books in the past, and then I've also DNF'd some of her books in the past. So she's very hit and miss with me, but I have a hope that I will like this book, and it's so beautiful. So if I like it, then I can buy it, and that'd be fun. Then we have The Last Exchange by Charles Martin. I haven't talked about this, and I didn't share about it in my new releases because I forgot. But this is Charles Martin's new book coming out in... Oh, wait. It says 2023 right here. When does it come out? I thought it was a new release. October? What? Okay, I thought it was coming out in 2024. Never mind. Okay, well, I don't know anything about it. I thought it wasn't out yet. Interesting. I should see if my library has it. Okay, well, you know, I definitely want to track what Charles Martin does, but like his books are really intense and take a lot of brain power, so I'm not like super into reading them close together and right away. So anyways, there's that. The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. This book, I want to know. There is serious hype for this book, and I think I could like it depending on what the content is like. I'm getting it from the library, so I will let you guys know. Renegades by Marissa Meyer. This book, I feel like it's right up my alley. It's like about superheroes kind of, or like basically kids with powers, young adults with powers, and I really like superpower type stories. Then we have Invitation. This is on my physical TBR. How to Kiss a Movie Star by Jenny Proctor. That sounds great. You know, again, this is on Kindle Unlimited, and I don't have any way to read it, but I just like don't want to forget that I want to read it because I read How to Kiss Your Best Friend by Jenny Proctor and really enjoyed it. So this is within that same world, and I think I could like it. So there's that. Cuckoos in Our Nest by, I think, Ian Provan. This is actually, he lives in BC. He lives in the same province as I do, and I was recommended this book. It's kind of about like modern Christianity and like where it's going and what's happening and all the things. So I put it on here. I don't have any way to read it. I considered buying this book, but we'll see. For now, I'm going to leave it on here, but I'll probably end up taking it off if it sits there for too long because I don't know. I'm interested in it, but I don't have a way to read it. So then The Last Sin Eater. This is a physical TBR book. Reckless by Lauren Roberts. The sequel to Powerless, coming out in 2024. So excited. I can't wait. Oh boy. Okay, and then Ruthless Vows, the sequel to Divine Rivals. I'm getting this from the library. It's on hold. It's not here yet, but I'll hopefully read it. I'm curious enough to give it a try. Then The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I've really liked some of his books in the past, and so I've heard great things about this one. I'll give it a go, and we'll see. From This Moment by Kim Vogel Sawyer. I've never read anything by this author, and I think it's on here because I think I read the description and it sounded like I could like it, so I have it on here. I'll get it from the library eventually. We'll see. Hiding in Montana by Laura Scott. This is the sequel to Ready to Protect, or it's like in the same K9 Unit series, so I put it on here because the audiobook that I can get for Ready to Protect is actually a cluster audiobook that has the first 3 books in it. So I would be able to read Hiding in Montana like right after because it's all in the same like one big audiobook. So that's why I put it on here. Friendship by Savannah Scott. I probably could take this off because I don't have any way to read it. It's like on Kindle Unlimited, and I've heard mixed things about this one. It is a friends to lovers story, which is my favorite trope, so I think I could like it, but I actually am going to take it off. You guys can see that. And then A Run at Love by Toni Shiloh. This is her new release coming out in 2024. Excited about it. I hope it's good. We shall see. Cookies and Kisses by Marie Soleil. She is always posting free little novellas on her social media. So I've read a couple of her books. I like them. I think they're pretty solid. They're clean romance. Everything's on Kindle Unlimited, so if you have that, check it out. But I think she's like a good author. So I have this free on my Kindle, so on my Kindle app. I don't have a Kindle. So yeah, I will eventually read that. The Case for Hope by Lee Strobel. I don't think I mentioned this in my TBR video, but Sebastian also sent me a copy of this book. So I do own a physical copy of The Case for Hope. Very excited about it. So hopefully I'll read it this year. We'll see. Okay, Hero Debut by Angela Ruth Strong. This is the same author as Husband Auditions, and I've heard good things about this book, but I don't have any way to read it, so it's on here. It was a new release from last year. Hopefully I'll read it someday, but there's nothing in the works yet, so we'll see. Okay, Love Naturally by Sophie Sullivan. I put it on here because this is a new 2024 release. And Sophie Sullivan writes slow burn, closed door romance. So that's why I like kind of want to track what she's doing. Sometimes the slow burn is like, turns into it's boring, but then other times it's like, oh, this is so refreshing. So this is her new book. I'm curious a bit about it, but I'm not gonna like try to read it unless my library gets it, and we'll see. But there's that. A Seaside Wonder, Melissa Tague, love it. Keep Holding On. This is the only book that my library has by Melissa Tague. I don't know why. And it's a random Walker Family book number 3 book, but I want to read it. So it's on here and I plan to read it this year. And then there's Wedding at Sea by Melissa Tague too. Okay, oh, we're at the bottom. Okay, Rocky Road by Becky Wade. So excited, new release coming out. For sure reading it the second it releases. Better Watch Out by Natalie Walters. This was really popular, like Christmas novella, I think, that a lot of my friends read. I think it's on Kindle Unlimited. So if and when I get it, I would like to read this book. So I just added it. And then there's Surprised by Scripture by N.T. Wright. I own this as a physical book and it's like one of my top priority nonfictions to read in 2024. So it's on here so that I don't forget. But yeah, that is my Goodreads TBR. So long video because I like kind of talked through every book, but it was only, let me get the count. It's 55 books. I like it. That's a manageable amount. And that includes my physical TBR books and then the extras that I'll get from the library. And that just feels really good to me. I like having small, manageable TBRs. For me, having a huge TBR, it was about like the consumption of it and like it was very materialistic. For me, in my heart, it was not good. It wasn't fun. I just felt like it was kind of like a craze, like own all the books, have all the books, like who cares if you read them or not, just have the books. And it was like unhealthy in me. I could see how it would be healthy or fine for other people, but it just isn't for me. So that's why I've done a lot of work in myself to make sure that like Bookstagram, BookTube, everything else isn't like influencing me to get books that I don't need, that I don't want. I've also been really trying to save my money. So that is also why I've been cutting back on how many books I have and just been using my library. So yeah, but hopefully this was interesting to you so you can get an idea of what kind of books are on my radar for this year. And yeah, thank you for watching, you guys. I will link anything down below if I mentioned anything and hope you have a good day. Bye.